Hi, this is Patti Miner, and we were playing tennis today. I was working and I wanted to take a break. I needed a break, and so I thought I'd share some interesting things that my husband and I were talking about because I was playing tennis with him. So Vince and I went out to play tennis, and it was really interesting because I hadn't played tennis for a while. I had taken a little bit of a break of really hard tennis. I was, playing simple, easy stuff, but I haven't played really hard tennis for a while. And I was really rusty. And Vince is a coach, so he has wise wisdom, and he should be doing this Facebook Live, but he is a little shyer than I am. But he told me that Jack Nicholson was one of the greatest golfers in the world. And every single time he took a break from golf, he would start back up again at the very beginning. At the very beginning, basic things, and relearn all the master techniques that he had at one point kinesthetically memorized and had it perfect. But he went back to the beginning and started ground strokes. Then he baby stepped it again. Even though you can move and progress after you've learned to ride a bike, yes, you can do it and pick it back up again, but you have to go back to the beginning and learn it. And I thought that with tennis, we had to practice our ground strokes today, and the things that I had started learning at the very beginning, and we practiced those over and over so that my kinesthetic memory would remember. And I used to be good at those things, and I was getting a little sloppy at it. And so being able to work on the basics in tennis today really helped me realize that goes with everything. Okay, so if you're a mother and then you have raised your children and now you're a grandmother, there's the basics of being a good mother that you have to go back to when you're around your grandchildren. And it's the same with singing. When I teach singing lessons, if somebody has taken a break for a while, I take them right back to the basics. And this might be one of my students that's already on the radio, or someone who's already done CDs. This could be one of my really good students. And it's okay, because when they come back after they've had a break or had a baby or done something and they need to come back and get back in it, we start them off at the basics. They still have to learn breath control and resonance and how to get a high note and how to hold a long note and all of the different basics. You go right back and master the tiny things. In a multi-level company that we are in, you have to go back to your list. The very first thing that you start with, you go back to your list. If you've taken even a little break, you come back to the list and you work your list. And you go back to what you've got to do, and you go back to mastering knowledge of your products, knowledge of how you're supposed to do everything, and you go back to the basics. The same with church, the same with everything in life. When you have a skill or a talent and you've mastered it at some point, if you take a break, you need to go back to the basics. Jack Nicholson, every single time that he would take a break, and they take breaks every year, he would start back when he started out his workouts at the basics. The same if you're in a gym, in a fitness, and you used to be this amazing CrossFit king or queen, or you were amazing at Zumba or dance. If you go back to it, you have to start stretching out and doing the very basics at the very beginning. So mastering the basics is the most important thing. So don't think, oh, I'm better than those basics because I'm already a professional, or oh, I'm better than that because I can do this and this and this. Don't get caught up in that. Realize that the great masters, the great Rembrandts, the great people in each category of their talent start at the basics over and over and over again. So don't be afraid of going back to the basics, even if you're a great cook and you're coming back to a recipe that you think you know how to make. I did that just recently. My uncle dad that I was raised with had a bakery, so we were masters at like pies and cookies, and with all my family being plant-based, we don't have as many pies and things anymore that I'm really good at, until my daughter came over and said, hey mom, I want to really learn how to make a really good pie because I've got all these, you know, peaches or apples or something. And I was like, okay, let's start at the basics. So we had to go back to my dad's recipe and think, wow, it's been years since I've made pies and I was really good at it, and now I had to start at the basics. So don't be afraid to go back to the basics, even if it's something that you had mastered back in your life. You can do it over and over. It might be quicker the second and third and fourth time to go through those basics and go, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. You might have a few ahas and go, oh yeah, I know how to do that. I know how to ride a bike. I know how to sing. I know how to make a pie. Oh, I know how to play tennis. I know how to play golf. Whatever it is that you want to master. Oh yeah, I'm really good at that. Start at the basics over and over and over. I hope you got some value with this, and I would love any suggestions you have on any comments. Please comment any suggestions you have for mastering the basics. Especially share other talents that you might have and how you've had to go back to the basics. Thank you.